Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace and I will be playing as Freya, the god of burst damage. Now, I haven't really played with her properly yet, but I do know that she's very squishy, but has such a tasty burst damage potential that she may be down my street. The way that she plays is a lot of with basic attacks, as many of you know, but as I tend to play a lot of tanks slash bruisers, this is also directly not in my street, so I have to play very careful, keep my distance, and pick my fights very, very carefully. And also, just a quick note, I find that her standard Freya is way better than the Northern Lights and the Frostman. I feel like those two are actually uglier than the stock skin, so I'm actually quite happy with that. So there you go, and once again, the god rotation when I pick Freya right this week is so lovely. Of course, Fenrir in the background, just being a beast, no pun intended. He looks so amazing. And this Frostfang skin, it doesn't get better for me. I honestly don't think it gets any better for me. So I luckily enough see two potential tanks. Well, of course, Ymir is usually going tank. I rarely see a caster Ymir or a attack damage Ymir, even though that can be very troll-like and very funny. And of course, Hades, which is also a lovely tank. And it looks like they also have a Freya and a Fenrir and a Ymir. So it looks like we are basically almost fighting a mirror match, as you can see. But they have a Loki and a Bakasura instead of a Neith and a Hades. So, seeing that potential, I do fear that our team comp overall may be a little bit off worse, but that's because I give Loki a lot more credit than he deserves. Loki is one of those gods that I fear for my life. Just so annoying. It's like everybody has that one champion that they can't deal with, and I feel like Loki is currently that champion for me. I can pretty much deal with anything, but Loki, that's just a whole new level of crazy. Now, one of my favorite items that I probably would like to start off with is Demonic Grip for very obvious reasons. And in addition to that, I can probably... Can I grab one? Where is it? No, it's 250. Alright. I'll just grab some consumables and be on my beloved way. Now, Freya, of course, can activate both 1 and 2 at the same time, giving her significant burst damage for single target. But, a thing to note though, it's that... Oh, don't tell me I've mid. I don't want to be mid. No, I'm on the right lane. Luckily enough, I'm on the right lane. I'm not gonna go mid as Freya. I don't want that responsibility. I am so sorry, loves, but I don't want that. Anyway, like I was saying, you can actually either have... you can actually turn it on and have like nice AoE damage, which is amazing. But you can also use Irradiate at the same time as Pulse, which basically means... You get the bonus damage, I believe, from both parties, but you only have a ranged single target attack, which is kind of beastly. So that's very nice. And of course, Banish is quite nice. It's an AoE crowd control, and her ultimate. She just grows wings and nukes you from orbit. It's a lovely thing. So it looks like Hades is mid. That's gonna be interesting to see. So, time to make Freya dance. In hopefully a good way. So I'm hoping Hades is going to go beast mode in mid and be like a super caster. Looks like he's actually going to do that. So there you go. Looks like Freya is going to go attack damage here. I believe that overall Freya is more powerful with her with magical boots. So we'll see what that turns out to be. Also, her passive is quite nicely. Converts a percentage of her magical power to physical power. So this is why you want to buy a physical, and considering you use all your buffs constantly anyway, 1 and 2 to attack, especially 2, you probably should be just fine. But you never know for sure, of course. Taking a little bit too much aggression because I'm trying to like get some splash damage in. As you can see, Sif is so incredibly squishy. You just don't want to get hit by it. I'm just going to pop my potions early on, because I don't want to get caught out one way or another. I'm gonna see if I can actually hit with splash damage from the side. As he does jump on with Maul. Very dangerous ability. So I probably should just keep my distance and wait for a snare before I do anything else. Just go from there. Do grab my Irradiate as well. As you can see, the burst damage is just insane once you have both of them activated, and Fenrir just melts. Of course, Neith also helped, but there you go. It's but a small detail, as one could presume. So, I just got first blood with Freya. So there you go. That doesn't mean anything just yet, because she is squishy, which is definitely gonna pay off for the enemy team in the late lane, because once again I play a lot of course, a lot of lovely. Ah, she did Mr. Snare, bruisers and tanks, so I'm going to be at the front line most of the time. Mr. Snare, if she hit her snare, we would have been able to get that kill mindlessly. So, however, Fenrir is. What is he building? Is he going to go tank bruiser mode? We don't know yet. Ooh, which is going to be very interesting to say the least. Wait. Huh. Interesting.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Just gonna grab the minions here. As she's probably gonna get a kill on me now. Does get the snare. Not sure what is going to go down. As I will have to go back, as I'm a little bit too low on health. Because that's what you see. Like, he has a leap, and I forget about that. Because he's of course the new god. So you tend to forget about these, you know, relatively important things. So I'm just gonna grab myself a little bit more health. With the health potion, as I do have my demonic grip finished. So there you go, more attack speed, more physical power. And of course my enemy's resistance to magical damage reduces, which is lovely for Freya considering all her abilities. So what do I want to get next? A part of me wants to build a health item just for the sake of getting health, but I do know that Freya really shines if you build her so lovely with all kinds of magical damage. I said magical damage, so I might have to look into that. Maybe use Polly or Spear of Magnus because of her attack damage, and of course her current spam of her abilities may give her some nice burst damage. Even though Polycon is not really an item that's adored all that much unless you are snowballing. And we are not really snowballing, we only have one kill right now. So I'm not going to expect greatness, as I have to learn to stand my back or stand my ground and retreat a little bit faster before things go down. Now I do have... Come on! As he gets... And now apparently Neith just doesn't respond. I used my banish. I was expecting her snare to, like, take hold. But there you go. Fenrir comes from behind the wall. Luckily enough, I do have my slow on. As he pays the price quite heavily. Forces him to use all of his potions. And Neith needs to learn how to use her snare properly. Because we have lost out on 2 kills on Freya now. Because of her severe lack of proper snaring. But there you go. There she uses it. As I try to use my slow, I should have used my banish. But she does, I believe, get the snipe. That was quite decent. I'm not sure if that was a snipe or just an auto attack or just her Q doing some damage. Not her Q, her 1 or so. Whatever the case may be, we got the kill. Which is everything that matters. Because if we can keep their Freya low, of course, I'm going to have the upper hand based on Freya-ness. Do not land my banish. I really want to get a little bit more mana, though. Now that I messed up. Now I messed up my banish and... we missed probably out on a kill that, because if I banished, she could have snared when he came down, probably pumped some nice auto attack damage into him, and he probably would have died. So, yeah, the synergy between me and this particular Neith is not really there, because our synergy is based on reaction, which is usually improved by voice communication, which is not here, of course. So I'm just gonna walk back. I don't want to get flanked because of this here. I don't have a ward or anything. Probably should get one. And I don't want to spam my auto attack, as I'm waiting for my banish to be applied on a proper moment.
Enemy missing middle.
As the enemy is missing middle, but Hades is back, so perhaps we might expect a gank soon. I'm not looking forward to it. I have enough for my ulti. There is, of course. Oh, I was trying to use my banish on him, but he does manage to get the drop on me. As he's probably gonna get to kill me. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit scared. I don't want to turn around. I pop my health potion just to get a little bit more health back, just in case. But it looks like Fenrir is extremely low. Our Neith is getting hyperly aggressive. Loki does die of the enemy team as well. So, actually not bad, all things considered. So one of the things that I do wish I could get is probably Gem of Isolation or Warlock Sash to slow them down even more. But I probably, considering our damage pool, magic, physical, and magic, of course, I probably should get boots right now anyway, and then work my way either up to a spear or to a Void Stone. Not sure if they have a lot of magical. No, just 2 magicals. So there you go. Also not really a great thing to do. But however, it does look like we don't really have much of an opportunity right now. So I'm just gonna buy almost a complete Aegis, even though it was my intention to only buy 1. Bit of a misclick. So I don't really have any potions. But there you go. I am but a beginner of the Smite game. These mistakes, unfortunately and painfully so, happen to me. As I will try to see what I can do as we move forward into this match. Alright. Freya is getting awkwardly low. Maybe I can land a banish, perhaps? With a little bit of luck. Fenrir is looking for a gank. Freya is baiting like a beast. Gonna see if I can get the banish on her. No, she's a little too far behind. As the maul. No, not even the maul. The ultimate of Fenrir walks on me. As I use my 4 to get the hell out. And spam my ultimate like there's no tomorrow. And then use my F to avoid most of the damage. Maybe get a snare from Neath. And hopefully make my getaway as I try to use movement and particular dodge skills to move away from their auto attacks. And apparently I was hoping for a snare. She did snare. And it was successfully so. Had to use my Aegis though, which is not really a great thing. Had to use my ultimate as well, just to avoid damage and do a little bit more damage to force Freya back and Fenrir perhaps as well. But Fenrir was just beast mode, as he is looking to build. What is he building at? Let's see. He is currently level 2 boots. Freya is still looking level 2 boots. So they're going to go heavy in physical damage. So getting an item that gives me perhaps more power in the magical department as well as some physical resistance may actually be quite useful. However, I don't have a lot of health. So will that physical protection really help at the same time? It's one of those questions. As our middle tower drops. Did I see that correctly? I'm not sure if I saw that message correctly. Because Fenrir did drop. So there you go. No, our middle tower didn't drop it. Yes, it did actually. So there you go. I did see it correctly, which is not proving to be worthy, because that means Hades is getting his ass handed to him, which is not a good thing. But then again, he does rely more on team fights as well. Do get that banish on him as well. And here we go with the burst. There she goes. That's exactly the combo that I was looking for. As Loki jumps me from behind and I just melt because of Loki. We had no wards, we had no presence on him, and he took an opportunity and he succeeded. He tore my skin away from my body, and it was not pleasant whatsoever. So there you go with Loki. That's what I mean with the annoyance of Loki. Like, he just jumps up and he kills you. I have been a tank and he has melted me before, and I was not even aware of his presence. It's truly a nasty thing. So I'm just gonna grab 1 mana and a healing potion and move back up, as I'm saving up, of course, for my boots. Now, how to counter Loki? I'm assuming that there's wards that do that, like ward placement will counter it for you. Hades is in a bit of a pickle as well, as he's being chased. Maybe I can save his butt. No, looks like Loki is not gonna do it. Hades is gonna hopefully turn it around on Loki himself, as he does die because of Neath. Thank the gods for that. Oh yes, the bad puns. I just went there. As I do land my banish on Freya, as I'm trying to look for an opportunity to tear her down. But it looks like she's going to be quick enough, as she does have the boots. I did hit my banish, which made Hades into safety, forced her ultimate as well, so she doesn't have that extreme burst potential. Maybe though, if we land a banish, we can hopefully land a snare as well. But it looks like Freya knows this, and we should be very wary, as of course our beloved Fenrir is here as well. Gonna see if I can use my ultimate to force them back. Can I get the kill? No, I cannot. But I do force him back, and as you can see, it was so close. So if I just had a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph, I would have been able to kill Fenrir. Or if I just used my banish correctly, which is definitely something I still have to get the timing right on. And just because I was thinking banish, I accidentally leveled it up as well, instead of should have just leveled up irradiate. So that was a Freudian slip, sort of, but then with like skills. Not sure what the word for that is, as I am talking too much and miss an opportunity to destroy Freya. So there you go. So I definitely need a ward, because we are constantly being ganked by our sideline. And of course, I'm not sure what the presence is of Loki, as he is not in mid. I don't see his icon in mid, so I'm a little bit wary as Fenrir jumps up once again. Neve with her burst damage is brilliant as he just solos Fenrir. What the hell is she building? Holy hell, she is beast mode. And I'm not complaining. So I'm just gonna respect this Neve. And just gonna feel happy about my life itself as long as I can get her down. As I will now hopefully... Oh, no, F! Avoid all her burst damage as I try and use my potions. Try to get behind the minions to avoid her auto attacks as Neve is making work. Can I get the kill? No, I cannot. Neve gets the kill, but I was able to dodge her auto attacks by the minions. But unfortunately now we have Loki. As Neve is not paying attention to the mid lane or behind her, and now she might pay the price as well. So I'm just gonna say that I am good in juking, but I also want to point out that Loki is being an annoyance. Alright. Yeah, Neve does agree, and now that I have enough money, of course, for also my boots, probably should get that. Maybe upgrade my Aegis. No, I cannot do that just yet. So should I get my beats? I probably should, and of course a potion. Now, normally a part of me wants to buy Meditate, because it just allows me to spam, regardless of mana, because you can just constantly get a nice mana boost back. But at the same time, it probably will make you reliant on the ability to constantly keep spamming. And in the end, I think that Beats and Aegis, probably like a combination of that, or Aegis, Sprint, whatever the case may be, like these utilities, these pure utilities, are going to probably prove to be worthy if you use them correctly and if you get used to them. So our Neve is in a bit of a pickle. Let's see if I can banish. No, Freya doesn't fall for the banish, as our beloved Fenrir says hello in the back. And I do try to get a slow on him, just to buy Neve more time. Looks like we are made to be able to make this, as I do get the kill here. Do bump down from heaven the pain, as I do get my banish on Freya as well. Do land some slowing auto attacks. Can I get the kill? Yes, as I get the double kill. That was amazing. And now that I'm quite, you know, fearful of Loki, I'm just gonna go back and, you know, buy my level 2 boots and get some potions. As I did I manage to save, no, I did not manage to save Neve, unfortunately, but I did turn it around into a double kill. So it's all fine. Neve is quite of a decent lane partner. She is doing beast-like as well with 6-2. I'm 4-2, which is really not that bad, considering my very first time in a real match with Freya. Of course, I've played Joust with her to understand her, and of course saw other people play with her. That sounds really bad, but you know what I mean. And I probably should also build a ward, so I might want to grab that. Even though I don't feel like a support type, I'm too scared of Loki. So I definitely want to put a ward down here in that cross corner, as we are constantly a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. And now that we are kind of dominating the lane, it seems that they are switching to mid. Loki is coming.
Enemy missing middle.
Loki is incoming. I'm just letting Neve low, as we are together here. I do have beats, which are G. I don't want to mispress it, as I'm waiting for Loki to say hello and hopefully outsmart him. By the use of my ultimate, my Aegis, my beats, all together. I do see Fenrir going ham in mid.
An enemy has been slain.
And it does look like Fenrir did die, so there's definitely a little bit less pressure on this lane, possibly allowing us to move. And I do see a big presence in mid, so perhaps we should take this opportunity to take this tower and force them away from mid, or abuse the fact that they have gone mid on this tower, which is something we are currently doing. And it looks like it's working out just fine, as the tower does drop without too much of a fuss. So this time not leveling banish, clearly, but irradiate, so we are now going to go mid ourselves and see what we can do. Perhaps make a play, perhaps get a kill. Whatever the case may be, as long as something good happens, it is worthy. As the right lane is of course under control and without too much of a fuss. We need to find an opening and flank them quite hard, but it looks like nobody's mid again. They might have gone back. They have all got Meditate. So, going with the fact that I do have my beats and such, we might be able to be onto something here. I do try to get as much on Fenrir here as possible, as I'm able to land the kill.
Slain an enemy.
But am I able to save Hades? It doesn't seem to be the case, as our beloved Loki is here as well. As I do try to use my beats correctly, I am going to go for an Aegis. As I do use my Aegis right here, hopefully get a banish. No, I completely messed that up. And there's Freya as well. However, I do manage to get a kill, of course, on Fenrir. Not that it means too much, because I believe Fenrir has been feeding the most of their team. And my team gets turned around quite heavily here, as he does land a nice snare at the tower, but it's just not enough to get a kill out of it as well. So that was bad for us. I do have my level 3 boots now, so I'm going to look for a new item. Now I'm looking perhaps to get some physical damage, but what would be a good physical item for Freya? I don't think there's anything besides either a witch stone or a wall of absolution. But I'm not really sure about that, so perhaps I should just look at a different source of perhaps magical power in the form of health. But also I feel like I probably should move up and get myself... Where is that item? Where is it? Where is it? There you go. Spear of Magnus. Does give me also penetration and such, which is probably lovely for Freya because of her burst damage. And I think the laning phase is kind of over. And even though I'm able to get kills with my burst combo, if I land it correctly, I think it's time for me... What the hell was that? It's time for me to actually move up with my team, with at least one of my tanks, which is only Ymir. Hades is not really much of a tank. He has a tank item, a small one, but it doesn't mean too much of anything. Right, let's see. Oh, I thought they were going for the camp. Or not. Well, there you go. That's a waste of mana. Where we're going, team? Where are we going? Looks like we want to get the jump on their tank. Let's see if we can make that happen. As I do get the banish on him. Do end up getting a lot of slows on him as well. Thank you, Freya. The power of your Freya-ness. Oh, as I do use my ultimate. As I was expecting him to get away. So I wasted my ultimate. I misplaced my ability. My banish was alright though, as we were able to catch up. And there is the enemy team. So this is like the point where I stand behind my tank and wait until an opportunity arises. As we do have an enemy Freya on there as well. Do land a few hits. Our tank gets pulled into the ultimate of Fenrir, which is actually something I'm not too complaining about, because it's our tank, damn it. Not really worried about that. But I do try to end up trying to harass Loki. Do try to scare them off with my slowing ranged attack, as Ymir is getting awkwardly low. We have a Fenrir on the side, so we might be able to have a good opportunity to flank here, as I do end up getting Loki in a banish. As I may be able to make some plays on him. I do have my Aegis ready, so I know I can be hyper aggressive. As I probably should move away now. And hopefully avoid getting killed. Do try to buy as much time with a Aegis as well, as Neith possibly would be able to get a kill. Unfortunately, this was not the case, and Neith might be dead as well, as Fenrir is too low, and there's 3 versus 1 right here. So unless she makes some giant juke, which is probably not possible anymore because she already juiced her escape, she is going to die, unfortunately. She will be missed. Maybe. Right, time to upgrade my Aegis to the max level. Can I actually upgrade? Yes, I can also upgrade my beads. That's kind of neat. The mana pot as well. There you go. So looking at the score, we are 26-13. We are definitely upper handing hand. Considering this is my first match with Freya, and I'm mainly a bruiser in the tank, going 5-4. Not too bad, considering. So I probably should make my way up and actually be a little bit more passive. Because as you saw, I became hyperly aggressive, trying to get them to move away from my team. Something a tank would do, something perhaps a bruiser would do. And I'm doing it with Freya, which is probably not the greatest of moves. Alright. Just gonna move up with my tank here, as he's able to, of course, to wall and stun. Gives me a sense of security as we land another kill on the enemy team. Ymir is going to go our way, but that's probably not going to end too well for me. He's using his ultimate, but I'm going to use both my 1 and 2. I said 1 and 2, as the minions kind of block me here, as I drop immediately because of Loki. Did you see how fast my health dropped because of Loki? That's why I hate Loki. I feel like he doesn't take any skill, Because even if I was a tank, he would have been melting me. Yes, he wouldn't have been able to burst me down with his abilities, but he would still just melt me with auto attacks and such. Get some Quince blades in there, and tanks are nothing against Loki as well. So this is why I'm kind of a prejudge. I'm prejudged towards Loki because he just tears your skin asunder, even if you try and think that you are paying attention. And I could have used my beats and got perhaps out of it, but then he would have still been able to like follow me. And of course auto attack me to death. So I really have to be careful. And I probably should build a ward soon, even though I don't know. I know I need my items as well, so spending time on wards all day every day, considering we have to ward everything to be able to get a good vision on Loki, because Loki is pretty much everywhere. I'm getting a little bit worried about my own ability now, because Loki is just so almost unfair-like, considering he only has 8 kills with 5 deaths. He almost feels so unfair that I like want to give, like a part of me just wants to give up on Loki. Just gonna clear up here a little bit, as I'm trying to see if I can stick to perhaps Hades or so. No, everybody is here, so I want to stick around here as well. I just have to be very careful and watch behind me. There's our beloved Freya. Maybe I can get a banish on a few. As I was trying to get a banish on what appears to be the wolf itself, as he used his ultimate. Yes, Ymir is in a bit of a pickle, but we are not really in a bit of a pickle, as Ymir is being very aggressive there as well. At least our Fenrir, I mean, Ymir just casually walks out. He's a tank, you know, if you want to grab him, go for it. Grab anyone else and you would have been able to get a kill. So there you go. I'm a little bit worried about Loki, which is why I keep my wall, at least my back to the wall, sort of. Well, Loki is around there, so I don't have to worry about a behind flank right now, as I have a visual on him. And considering the tower is kind of annoying right now, and our tank can't dive, we have to be very careful and patient to see what happens next. I'm gonna use some pots so I'm full health when the opportunity arises. Right, do end up getting the banish off. Do trying to get Loki down. Can I get some spam in with my ultimate? Yes, I can. The ultimate of Hades perfectly combined with appears to be my ultimate as well. And it looks like Loki is down. Everybody is down besides their enemy, besides the enemy Fenrir. So we can probably make an opportunity to push forward right now and start taking some damage on that tower without too much of a problem. Now I'm of course magical based, so my damage on the tower is probably not the greatest. But taking out our Neve, not really a problem, as Neve is not that scary. At least she is, as they have surrendered. So that was lovely. I was nice able to, as words escape me, I was able to use my ultimate correctly at least. At the end, with a Hades ultimate, we turned them completely asunder. If Loki probably went around and tore me down, tore Neith down, they would have probably been able to turn it around. But Loki was for some reason in the front lines, and I was able to turn it around on them by getting some more assists. Nice ultimate placements. We would have been able to take down the tower, push for the Phoenix. Probably got that down as well, get some fire minions as well, perhaps start working on some other lanes, and if we didn't get too greedy and don't overextend and don't throw the game, we would have been able to win it regardless, as we had taken the lead quite sufficiently. Alright, so having that said, today is a good day for Freya, as I was able to go 5, 5, and 6, not really something I would like to see from Freya. I would of course get all the kills and almost no deaths, but considering it was my first time in a real conquest match for Freya, I did reasonable, all things considered. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.